Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Weekend Reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, albums or singles, and after having listened to them all week, I come back here and I review them. I share what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get to this week's first release, Elevation Worship's new single, Never Lost. Elevation Worship's new single, Never Lost, kind of took a surprising sound turn after having heard their EP at midnight. They took kind of more of a pop and R&B type feel with this new single. So that kind of surprised me a little bit. As for the lyrics here, they talk about how God can do anything but fail. He's never lost a battle. Nothing's impossible for him. Up next, Travis Greene's new album, Broken Record. This new album, Broken Record, has a worship feel to it overall, but definitely has some gospel influences, some folk influence, and even a hint of pop influence in there. As for the lyrics here, great lyrics. Talks about how God loves us broken people unconditionally. We don't need to perform to impress him. He loves us just the way we are. Up next, Red's new EP, The Evening Hits. First extended independent release, The Evening Hate EP. Definitely on the first two songs, we see a return to vintage Red with the way the electric guitars are played. This really does sound like when I first started liking them all those years ago. And also, there are drums on both of the heavier songs too, and then there's piano on From the Ashes and also violin on both songs. Also, Hemorrhage, which is more of which is just basically Michael Barnes and his acoustic guitar, definitely sounds like a ballad Red would have done on like Innocence and Instinct or something. The Evening Hate alternative version is a more piano-driven version of the title track. And we also see some of the bass that was so frequently used on their last album gone. And then From the Ashes, I would say the acoustic guitar helped the track, the way the acoustic guitar play helped the track retain some of its heaviness. But the piano does also give it kind of a ballad feel. I know it's rare that I break down every song like that. I usually just give a summary for the whole album. But there's so much different stuff on this album that EP I felt like it was necessary. As for the lyrics here, they talk about falling deeper inside the dark and pain, but it also does give the hope of rising up from that. Up next, Selah's new album, Firm Foundation. New album, Firm Foundation, is definitely a contemporary worship album, but it does sprinkle some other influences there, like there's pop influences on here, folk influence, even a hint of gospel on here. As for the lyrics here, great lyrics here. They talk about resting in Jesus as our firm foundation in every situation in life and also resting in his grace. Up next, our last release for today, Rapture Ruckus's last single. This review of Rapture Ruckus's new song, Don't Let Go, I will say that this is the last song they'll ever put out. They are going to disband after playing their final show at the end of January. I will definitely miss them as they had a really good sound to them. And they were even my favorite band a few years back. I would consider Skillet and Icon for Hire my two favorites now, but Rapture Ruckus is still definitely a band I enjoy, so we'll definitely miss them. But anyhow, enough about me getting sentimental here. Let's talk about the single here. So it definitely has a lighter pop influence on this last song, but definitely cool to hear the guitar solo on there, and he raps as he usually does, and he also sings, which he has done a lot of too. As for the lyrics to this song, Don't Let Go, and encourage us to, in the midst of what we're going through, to not let go of God. He'll help us make it through whatever storm we face in life. Come back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what you saw in this video, please subscribe. Also, if you have any thoughts on the releases I reviewed today, please leave down in the comment section below. You can also request releases and pre-order albums so I can review pre-order singles for those albums. Also, I am taking requests for Christmas releases. Only 2 more normal episodes before we go to Christmas mode. So please be sure to get your Christmas release in if you're listening to Christmas music early and there's anything you want me to review. And don't worry, I'll be sure to remember even though it's a couple weeks off yet. Also, please be sure to give my Facebook page a like at my Christian Music Week in Reviews. You can link that in the description as always. Also, go check out my playlist section if you want to see the music playlist that I've created based on books. Well, I'll go now. Bye.